Well, look at this group. It's great. Welcome. It's great to have all you, the vets, staff, media. My brother Chris was very helpful in this whole process. Team 33, Mike T., Mike Tannenbaum, Rick Spielman helped. Jaime, of course, and a lot of other people in the building helped in this long process. Selecting these guys, we got an early start. But we were very, very thorough and fair to everybody. We said the same. We had the 3-hour interviews, and each one of those interviews was the same. So we went through 15 candidates for each one of these gentlemen. And needless to say, when they came back for their second interview, it was pretty apparent to us who the leaders were, but we just wanted to verify it. I will say that the candidates we picked are all excellent coaches and general manager candidates. They really are. The fact that these guys emerged at the top, and it's a clear top, was really a credit to them and how they performed and their history and all the accomplishments that each one of them had in different ways. So I'm going to start with Darren. Darren started, he actually put on a pro uniform. It may have been for a day or two, but listen, it's more than 99.99% of the American population of football players that want to play this game. Anyway, when he realized he wasn't going to be a first-string quarterback, I think he might tell you the story, he went to coach a high school team as an assistant just to help for that year. Then he went to intern. He went to the Broncos and asked for a job. And obviously he was convinced that he got that job. And in 12 years, he worked his way up to assistant general manager, and he was involved in all phases of the general manager job, which is absolutely an enormous undertaking for any one individual. It's a really, really big. Now you have to pick players, and you have to manage that process, which is very, very complicated. We asked him all these questions for I don't know how many hours, at least 3 hours, plus a second one, maybe another 3 hours. And he really had a good, we were so impressed by his organization and his ability to pick out players, both college and pros, and that's really the heart of the matter. That's really what you have to be good at. And the second thing that we really admired about Darren was his understanding of the relationship between the general manager and the head coach. It's the most important thing because the general manager has to understand what kind of player they're looking for. The general manager has to do a job of trying to find that player. He has to manage all those scouts we have too, and how do you harvest all those good ideas, challenge your scouts to give you better info, and then make the decision for the best interest of the team and the best interest of the head coach as well, and what he's looking for. Now, Aaron Glenn, yeah, I just remember him as a player. He I think he was drafted first round by the Hess family. I met the Hess family a couple days ago. We were down in Washington, D.C., and I asked them about Aaron. They said, oh, yeah, we lucked out on that one. He's a first-round pick. And, you know, the interesting thing about first-round picks, who knows whether they're going to be good? You really don't know. But he is a first-round pick all the way through his career up till today. Really is. Everything he's done is exemplary. And, you know, if I were writing a how-to manual on how to be a head coach in the National Football League, I would take his career and his curiosity and his dogged determination from a player to a scout for the Jets to other team. He was at another team, and then taking a shot at a team that hadn't won in how many decades? The media will know, but a number of decades, probably 3 or 4 or 5 decades, and taking that team with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and turning it into something was really exciting to watch. So I think today we're blessed to have these two gentlemen here among us, as we are to have all of you here too. So this is a very happy day for the New York Jets, and you'll be hearing from these guys soon. So congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for those kind words, Mr. Johnson. And good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I also want to start out by thanking Mr. Johnson, Christopher Johnson, the search committee, Jaime, Mike Tannenbaum, Rick Spielman. I thought it was a great process, and I really enjoyed my time getting to know you guys throughout that time. It is one of the greatest honors and privileges of my life to be named General Manager of the New York Jets. This is a proud franchise with great tradition and incredibly passionate fans located in one of the most iconic cities in the world. I could not be more excited to take on this responsibility with AG as we work to build a championship team that will make the Jets fans proud. And there is not a better leader for this team than AG. And I want to tell a story. I got the opportunity a few years ago. We were going through a head coaching search in Denver with the Broncos, and we interviewed AG. And at the end of the interview, I'd ask the candidates, I'd say, so when we get in that first team meeting, what's that message going to be? What's it going to sound like? What's it going to look like? And most of the candidates would kind of just talk about their philosophies or something. And AG said, you want me to do it? And I said, well, if you're comfortable, let's see it. Let's do it. So he pushed back. He sat up, and he delivered a powerful message. Like when he finished, we're all kind of looking around like, wow. And as we went on through the search, because he was one of the first guys we interviewed in that search, we kept going back to it like, damn, AG killed that thing. Like, that was pretty good. We hadn't seen that. Fast forward a few years later, Thursday, I'm sitting in his office and we're talking, and instantly I'm feeling that again, that passion, the passion for the game, the passion and the care for the players, the fans, his football acumen. It was instant. And we got to talking about this Jets team and the vision and the franchise, and we were in lockstep right out the gate. Same vision. We were speaking the same language. So I can't wait to work this partnership and bring a Super Bowl back to the New York Jets. Every successful team has alignment with its leaderships, and it starts at the top with ownership. It includes the head coach and the GM and the president to build a world-class organization. And we have that here with the Jets, and you guys will see it. Getting to know Mr. Johnson and Christopher throughout this process, it's clear that the Jets ownership is fiercely competitive, cares deeply about the players and the fans, and is committed to winning. I felt that in the interview process each time we met. Jaime, I've enjoyed getting to know you, and I'm going to lean on you a lot like I have today. And I look forward to working with you to engage our staff, the great Jets alum, some are here today, the community, our partners, and our great fans. As the GM of the Jets, I will lead our personnel staff as we acquire, develop, and work to retain players that fit our team and culture, and we will do this in complete partnership with the coaches. Our philosophy will be to draft, develop, keep our own, and be disciplined and strategic in free agency. There is no more important part of any sports organization than the players, period. It's about the players. And we have a good foundation of players here right now that we're going to continue to add to, and we're going to give those players everything they need to be successful and reach their potential. There will be accountability across each department and a high standard as we look to win not only now, but from now on. And lastly, I want to thank and recognize a few people who supported me along the way. And that starts with my wife, Hannah, and our two kids, Emma and Marlo, who I know are at home watching. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here today because the flu hit us 2 days ago, right as we were about to take off for New York. But I know they're at home watching. And without their sacrifices and support, I wouldn't be here today. I love you guys. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. I also, of course, have to thank my mom, Linda. I lost my dad at an early age, and my mom stepped up and supported me throughout all my ups and downs. To my mom, my siblings, and my dad looking down on us, I love you all. And of course, I want to thank the Denver Broncos, who took a chance on me as a scouting intern about 13 years ago. I learned a lot during my time in Denver, working with George Payton, John Elway, and supporting a lot of great football coaches, some of the best in the business. The Broncos are in great hands with owners Greg Penner, Kerry Walton Penner, Rob Walton, and I wish them the very best, except for when we play them this year, of course. And finally, to the Jets fans, you have my word that AG and I are going to pour our heart and souls into this job and do everything we can to get a Super Bowl back to this team. Thank you.
I wear glasses now. Before I actually get started into my my thank yous, I want to say that I got to thank God. I would not be standing here if it weren't for him. So I want to make sure I acknowledge that. My biggest influence in my life were my parents. My dad passed years ago. And when it comes to work ethic, that's where I got it from. I'm talking about 4 in the morning until the job is done. And that's what you're going to see from me. My mother, nurturing, sacrifice, raising 11 kids. 2 of them played for this franchise, my brother Jason. Learned so much from her, and also how to lay the law down also. My mom was good at that, so I want to thank them. My backbone, my wife of 28 years, Devaney Glenn. I could not be in this position without you. My rib, you're special. You're special. My 3 kids, my son, Aaron II, my daughter Tristan, my daughter Reagan. They should be coaching because they know this game just as well as I do. And they're the best kids that you can have. And listen, we're in this battle together like we always been. We are a football family. We love it, we sleep it, we breathe it, and that won't change. There's nothing better than that. To have a family that understands exactly how you operate and what you do. I love it. Woody and Christopher, your commitment to winning is clear. And I look forward to the conversations to continue to live that. Thank you, guys. Jaime, our partnership is going to be something special. And we're going to make decisions that's best for this organization. There are a number of football people that helped me get to this spot. First off, my agent, Jimmy Sexton. My advisor, my friend, Amy. Where you at, Amy? Man, came to this league in '94, been together ever since, and nothing's going to break that bond. I appreciate you. Darrell Wade, my high school coach. He took me on my first visit to visit college. He's like my second dad. I love him to death. Bill Parcells, who I think is the best coach to ever coach this game. He's taught me a ton, and just to be in his presence was something special for me. Al Groh, another coach that's been the coach of this team. I go and visit Al Groh every offseason and continue to get knowledge. And I'll tell you what, for him to allow me to be in the house with him and his family, to continue to just watch tape after tape after tape and continue to study this game has been special to me. Al, I appreciate you. Sean Payton. Here's the one thing I will tell you I got from Sean. So I go to the New Orleans Saints, and we were a solid team. But then we start winning year after year after year. Sean taught me what sustained winning is all about. Sustained winning. Dan Campbell, outstanding man. Going to Detroit with Dan, we were at the very bottom. Woody, you said it. But you know what we did? We took it up to the top. So here's the one thing in my last 9 years I was able to do, is be able to take a team from the top and reach the pinnacle, and then also be able to sustain that. And that's what we're going to bring here to this team. My man Darren. Bro, we're in this thing together. Again, we met years ago. I had a feeling. And to now, see that it comes to this. It's outstanding. We're going to do some magical things here, bro. Some magical things, and I look forward to it. To the former players, my guys, listen, I would not be here without you men. The expectations hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. The blood, sweat, and tears that we shared in that field has been valuable to my success. I love you guys. To any players that's here now, put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Listen, there are going to be some challenges, but with challenges becomes opportunity, gets opportunity. But here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit. Listen, I want this job. I interviewed for a number of them, but I wanted this job. When I was going to my second interview, I wanted to make sure this is going to be the second interview. It's going to be the first of the second interviews, because I didn't want to leave the building without shaking Woody's hand and make sure we had a contract. So I'm just telling you now, everything else was really out of it. It was all about the Jets, and it's been that way from the beginning. The organization, we've already talked. I respect every little thing that you do, because this is bigger than me. It's going to take us all. It's going to take us all to accumulate wins. And I look forward to working with you. Just a couple of things I want to nip in the bud before we get to the Q&A. Listen, I came on Wednesday. Well, I got the job on Wednesday. Mooch came and got the job on Saturday. And we came here on Sunday, and we started talking. Here's what I do know. Aaron Rodgers will be talked about. It will be talked about. We've already texted that communication with Aaron Rodgers. And as we continue to look at the roster, we'll make decisions accordingly. And that's with a number of people, right, on the team. I look forward to this. I look forward to it. It's going to be a great ride. It really is. There's nothing better than having your start here as a player, here as a scout, and now here as a head coach. And I'm ready for it. I appreciate it.
Okay, we'll take some questions from the media and the audience. If you raise your hand, there'll be a mic that will come around, and we could begin the Q&A here with the two gentlemen up here. Right over here, guys. Yeah.
Question for Aaron. Since you brought it up a moment ago, with Aaron Rodgers, what is going to be your process as a coach to determine if he's going to be your quarterback next year?
Well, me and Mooch is going to sit and talk and just go over the whole roster. And I will tell you now, that's going to be the answer to a number of questions when it comes to the roster in general. So we're looking forward to that process. I can't tell you how long that process will be. But the thing is, we're going to make sure we get the right answer. And we're not going to rush to this answer, because we're going to get the right answer.
Aaron Connor Hughes, SNY, you made it pretty clear you wanted to be here. So what about this organization specifically drew you here more than anything else?
First off, and I said it before, this is where I started. And you can't write a better story than that, because this is my start for a number of situations. Again, as a player, as a scout, and now as a head coach. And you can't write that story no better than that. So hopefully this will be my last stop. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Right over here.
Aaron, Darren, congratulations to you both. Aaron, I want to start with you. My name is Crystal Rich, WCBS. I want to take you on a little trip down memory lane. You spoke about your time here as a player. Your third season, you guys had that one-win season, but quickly turned things around, 9-7 in '97, and then went to 12-4 and had a playoff win. What is it about that time? What did you learn in that time about culture building and changing a culture that you spoke about? To give you the exact words, you said sustained winning. What have you learned about that, and have you used that in your coaching career?
If I go back to my first 2 years, I think we were 2-14 and 1-15 the following year. Bill Parcells comes in, and he just totally brought a different mentality and different people. And to me, that's what really changed the culture. And here's what I learned. I can stand in front of a group of men, and I can give as many rah-rah speeches as I can. But culture is about people and getting the right people in the building. And I saw that firsthand with what Bill Parcells did. And that's why the turnaround was so fast. Again, we went 9-7 the next year. We went to the playoffs and we lost. And I will say this. Let me go. Here's another thing, and you men would know this here. Another reason why. In '98, we played the Denver Broncos. We're out there and we are winning 10-0 in the first half. We come back in the second half. They kick the ball off. Wayne, you remember this. It was windy. The ball stops midair, and they recover it. And they scored 2 touchdowns. I'll be damned if I'm not going to come back here and get that back. And that's one of the reasons why.
Brian.
Aaron, Brian Costello, New York Post. A lot of times people talk about coaches holding players accountable. What's your philosophy in terms of being hard on players versus, loving them up and being a quote-unquote players coach?
To me, there's no such thing as accountability without responsibility. So it's my job to make sure that I let them know, what is your responsibility? And once they understand that, and then they know they have to be accountable for that. So it's not like I'm the one that have to tell them that you're wrong. They know it. So we set that standard up front. And players want that. They've been like that ever since college. They've been structured. So it's my job to make sure I set that structure. And after I set it, I hold them accountable for that. And they understand it.
Over here, Bruce Beck.
Aaron, Bruce Beck, NBC4 New York, congratulations. You talked about sustained success. I think the fans just want success, any kind of success. How do you get there?
Sustained success. And that's what we're looking for, because I've lived it. And it's going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take us as coaches to make sure we teach and continue to teach. The small things about this game is what really wins games. The smartest teams win games. Situational awareness win games. It's our job as coaches to make sure we do that, because that's the difference between winning and losing, is the small things that we got to get ready to teach. So that's the sustained success that we'll have.
Antoine.
Hey, Antoine Staley, New York Daily News. I just want to go back to your journey as a scout in 2012, and just, how did that help you land this position today? And just also, did you imagine that you would be in this position now, years from now?
Well, I'll tell you a story exactly how that happened. So 2008, I retired. I take 2 years off to try to be the best dad I can be. Taking kids to school and spending time with my wife. And I can recall looking at ESPN, and I forgot who was playing, but I am cursing the TV out. And my wife tells me, baby, go coach. Go coach. It was like a weight off my shoulders, because that's my passion. And it's okay to want to be a coach. Back then, I felt like I wanted to be a businessman, but I'm a football guy. And once she told me that, I got right in coach. I called Bill Parcells and told him I want to coach. He said, no, you're not going to coach. You're going to scout. I said, I don't want to scout. He said, well, that's what you're going to do, because I think you have a chance to be a head coach. And the best head coaches are really the guys that are best evaluators. So I took his advice, probably the best advice I've had since coming back in this league. So understanding how to do it from an in-house perspective, and then actually going on the road to be a college scout, to be able to evaluate every position. It helped me tremendously to be in this position.
Last one right here, Zach.
Hey, Zach Rosenblatt from The Athletic. For Darren, actually. I was wondering, what are some of the key tenets that you look for, and when you're building out a team, the kind of team you want to build, the players you're looking for? What are kind of the things you're looking for?
It's very important. And AG and the staff and I are going to actually start those conversations tonight, because I think that is a collective, collaborative approach on what we are going to look for in each player, from makeup to physical traits. And we're working that process right now.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Moves, you got off a little easy today.
I did.
Yeah,
I like that. Thank you.
We're going to break down, do some photos, and then we'll do group interviews. Print will be down here, and we'll do the TVs up top. Thanks, everybody, for coming today.